What is going on, guys? Coming back with another one, except this time it is going to be about Barney because we are going to be wide body in the rear. It already has wide body on the front because of WiseFab, but now I'm going to be evening it out and putting it on the rear. But there's something new to my little collection because literally every single car that is in my driveway has been mine at some point. This is a new 350 I just bought. I got it off of Copart. I haven't decided what exactly I'm gonna do to it yet, but I know for now the plan is I'm going to daily around this car while I fix that thing, because that thing sucks to work on. Like, you have no idea how bad it is, especially with a big 7.3 Power Stroke in such a small space, because the entire engine is underneath the dash, essentially. And you have to work on the entire thing from inside of the van, just getting smothered in heat, and it's not fun. A little walk around on this car, because it is completely clean title. It doesn't even have any wrecks associated with the VIN number, which is surprising. But this is pretty much the only actual damage that this car has, which, as you can see, it did not mess with the door pillar at all. It's only there, which is not going to be hard at all to, you know, pop back out or just cut off and rivet an over fender on. The only tiny bit of other damage is, you probably can barely see it, but the bumper got cracked, so apparently they hit something at some point, and all I did was just simply zip tie it back together, you know, right there and down there, yada yada. Walking around the rest of it, it's really clean throughout the rest of it. Oh, what I'm gonna do right now, because as you can see, this tire is totally bald. So what I'm gonna do is, I still have some drift spares that have a lot of life left in them from the Drift 350, and I'm gonna throw those on the car real quick. So I will be right back, and I will get the over fenders out to start mocking them up for old Barney here. I really didn't think I was gonna be sweating this much from just changing tires, but I also had to take them off the other car. The car actually cleans up pretty damn well. Even though it's not lowered at all, I actually really like the way that it looks. Whenever I took the tire off, I beat out most of the dents on this rear quarter, and I actually really like the way it looks. Like, it's not nearly as noticeable. What you got? Hey. The dent is not nearly as noticeable as what it was before. Like, before it was, you know, crushed, and now it popped back out very well. But the whole reason for this video, aside from the new 350, which I actually really love, and I really like the gold rims. By the way, those are the gold rims, actually the bronze, but those are the rims off of old Barney. I only use those as the rear tires though, because of how wide they are and how, well, really they wasn't really that expensive. I got a hellacious deal. But I already have front tires on the car, and I've had those since I bought the car, and they work on the front. And I know that I cannot fit any wider tire on the front than what I already have on it, which are those right there, because of WiseFab. So I know for a fact I cannot fit absolutely any wider than what I already have. Like, I already had to dent in that fender well crease, whatever the hell you call it, I don't really know. But on to the wide body. Now, running into the first little dilemma. I have the driver's side over fender right there. I'm probably stupid as hell, but I don't know how the hell to get this off. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research to see how to get this out. I got the little cover piece off already, but I'm gonna do a little bit of research to see how to get this off. And then I'll be back to test fitting this one. Well, I am super glad that I have the entire interior stripped on this car, because to take the little antenna out, all you have to do is undo this screw right here, and then it should come out, and I should be able to fit up the over fender. I've kind of started mocking up the fender a little bit. A lot of people are going to say this is wasteful. I got the 4 holes up top. These aren't even drilled out yet. But these two up top, they have rivets in them. And look at that spider. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. But the bottom isn't down yet. The one problem that I'm seeing is from this side being crushed in, I'll have this gap right here. And I already know that I gotta take this whole over fender back off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the easy route right here, and I'm gonna just like weld a little rod to it and do like a little slide hammer deal and just pull it out a little bit. That shouldn't really be hard, honestly, especially once the rest of the fender gets cut out, because I haven't actually cut out any of it yet. So once it gets cut out, that should be a lot easier. But I'm gonna keep going and just drilling out the holes in this thing. This is gonna be so sick in my opinion. It's gonna go perfectly with the front. The fender is pretty much all mocked up. Only got a couple, like I went basically every other. That way, you know, I didn't waste too many rivets. So what I'm gonna do right now is just simply take the exact same drill and drill bit and drill out these rivets, take off the over fender, and basically trace out everywhere that I need to, you know, cut out of the stock fender. It is a new day and the stock fender is barely cut out. What I was trying to do is I was trying to leave a decent amount of metal right here. That way it would still have a good, well, a decent amount of structure. But all I did was just kind of mock it up and put the other, well, put a stock rim on it. And as you can tell, whenever the over fender is on, and probably even without it squatting, it is just going to bomb that. I wanted to keep these little things, but I guess I can't keep them, so I'm gonna have to cut the fender out more than I expected and cut it like way back here, something of that nature. I was gonna try and test fit with the 2-inch spacers, but the problem is I got the wrong thread pitch on the spacers, which kind of sucks. So now I gotta send those back, or whatever I gotta do. I gotta figure something out. So what I'm thinking about doing right now is I'm thinking about taking off this bumper and then trying to cut the rest of this to where it should, you know, fall out good, because all of this isn't gonna be a problem. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But something that I was noticing, which also kind of sucks, is inside of it they got a bunch of, you know, little openings everywhere where smoke is just going to bellow inside of the cabin. I have this taken apart because I robbed the radio to put it in my new 350. Smoke is going to just fill up the cabin horribly, which really sucks. So I'm gonna try and figure out different ways to like plug these little small holes and then put a plate over that big one, because this whole thing is gonna be open inside of it. They're gonna have like, I don't know, something like this much of a gap where it's just open for smoke to, you know, go into this little pocket and then eventually go inside the cabin. So I went ahead and did both sides. The only difference between the other side and this side is the gas cap, which the problem is I don't know how much the car squats. So I want to keep the gas cap in the same place, but it's hooked up to all this bracketing and whatnot. I have a loose tire on there, just a stock tire, same one that was on the other side. I don't think that under load it'll squat. Right now it's on jacks, so obviously it's nowhere near, but whenever it's sitting down and then under load while it's squatting, I don't know if it's gonna hit that, but I think this is gonna be enough. I hope it's enough, so I'm gonna find out once I start drifting it, and then we're gonna just go from there. I'm gonna have the over fenders on there probably, but I'm not quite sure yet. I might test it out first. I don't know. Right now, all I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray paint like all these little cut lines and whatnot, put primer on them, that way they don't rust up. And I'm about to install the over fenders, more than likely. I think that's where I'm gonna call this video. I have all the scrap, the over fender for that side. I'm not gonna show, you know, installing the actual fenders because I've already basically done that. Everything is already cut out. All I have to do is literally just put them on. So I'm not gonna I'm not going to show any of that. I'm not going to say anything else about that. The only other thing is to just simply put primer on the spots that I cut and put the fenders on, and then paint is going to be coming next. So I will see you guys in the next one, and we will pick back up on Barney whenever that one comes. Peace.